your weather where you live forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Today's high of 98 degrees in Huntsville and the Shoals made me think, well, what were the hottest temperatures ever here in the Tennessee Valley? And got to go all the way back to 1930 in order to see triple-digit heat. In fact, Huntsville got all the way up to 111 degrees back in 1930. Shoals got to 108, Winchester 105. That was recently in 2012, and Fort Payne as well at 104, 2012. But the hottest temperature in Alabama happened way back in 1925. That's when it got all the way up to 112 degrees again in Centerville in the center of the state. But for today, yeah, it certainly was a hot day. Temperatures are still holding off in the mid-90s right now throughout much of the Tennessee Valley. We're getting enough of a lift in the atmosphere to allow one or two showers to meander on through, like this one that is about to make its way into downtown Huntsville. Otherwise, we are dry for much of the southeast here. Notice that we do have high pressure in store right on top of Memphis. Air flows clockwise around that high. So for the most part, we are high and dry here in the southeast. Just a few pockets of showers that are able to lift up, but otherwise it is very toasty. The reason why is because when we have high pressure, we're actually talking about sinking air. That is air that is pushing down on the ground. And that's kind of hard to see from this angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the map for you and check this out. So when we have our high pressure system, what happens is we get a dome of high pressure. This is literally what I'm talking about, where you have that movement, that clockwise movement of the air. It rises, and as it rises, it cools. And once it's cool, it's now more dense and it sinks. As it sinks and produces that pressure, that pushing down motion, it also compresses. Compressing air heats up quite quickly. One of the reasons why we are seeing temperatures very toasty today, not just here in the southeast, but also in the Great Plains as well. In fact, St. Louis got all the way up to 102 earlier this afternoon. We're going to see the heat just continue to build over the course of this week. Keep this in mind, especially if you have any kiddos who are marching this week as part of band camp or are gearing up for football. Tomorrow's high is going to be 97. We're going to get up to 98 degrees on Friday, 96 on Saturday. But that's just the temperature. When you factor in the humidity, it is going to feel much hotter than what the thermometer would tell you. In fact, we're going to get all the way up to the feels like of 105 to 106. So this is the heat advisory criteria area for here in the Huntsville area. I should really say the Tennessee Valley area for tomorrow and Friday, especially if you have any plans to spend long periods of time outside. You really want to make sure that you have plenty of water and a way to cool off, especially if you start to feel the beginning signs of a heat illness, such as muscle cramps, nausea, and dizziness. So again, keep that heat safety idea in the back of your mind. If you start to feel a little off as you're working outside or tending to the plants or tending to your garden, you need to be aware that that's possibly your body overheating. Go inside, try and cool down. And the good news is that we'll see those temperatures cool down as we go into the weekend as our chance of rain returns.
Right. Cannot say it enough. Drink plenty of water.
And it's water, not sweet tea. A lot of people like to joke with me, like Christina.
Coke or anything like that.
Exactly.
Right?
Anything with caffeine in it is actually going to dehydrate your body even more. So water is the way to go.
Good advice.
Thanks, Christina.